If you're over 60 and lately, you've noticed your legs don't feel as strong as they used to. Maybe climbing stairs feels heavier, getting out of a chair takes more effort, or your balance isn't as steady. Let me start by saying this clearly and calmly. You're not alone and you're not imagining it, because doctors across the United States are quietly warning seniors about something very specific that almost no one talks about, something sitting in kitchens, pantries, and grocery carts every single day. A normal food that most people think is harmless, even healthy. Yet research and real-world patient stories are now linking it to leg weakness, muscle fatigue, and loss of strength after 60. And the reason this matters so much is because leg strength is freedom. It's independence, it's the ability to walk confidently, drive, travel, play with grandkids, and live life on your own terms. So if you've ever asked yourself, why do my legs feel weaker even though I'm not that old? Or why did this start happening so suddenly? Then stay with me, because what I'm about to share may change the way you look at one very common food forever. Now here's the surprising part. Most seniors who develop leg weakness aren't inactive, lazy, or doing anything wrong. In fact, many of them walk daily, eat what they believe is a balanced diet, and follow their doctor's advice, yet over and over again, physicians are seeing the same pattern, the same food showing up in blood work issues, inflammation markers, nerve sensitivity, and muscle response problems. And it's not sugar in the obvious sense, not candy or soda like you'd expect. It's something far more subtle, far more accepted. And that's exactly why it's so dangerous after 60, because aging muscles respond differently than younger muscles. As we get older, our bodies become less efficient at processing certain nutrients. Insulin sensitivity changes, inflammation becomes easier to trigger, and nerves become more vulnerable to damage, especially in the legs where circulation already works harder against gravity. And when this one common food enters the picture regularly, day after day, it quietly worsens all three problems at once without causing immediate pain. So people don't connect the dots until months or even years later when weakness sets in. Doctors explain it like this. Imagine trying to power a machine with fuel. It can no longer process properly. The engine doesn't break overnight. It slowly loses efficiency, power, and responsiveness. And that's exactly what happens in the muscles and nerves of the legs after 60. And the food at the center of this warning is refined carbohydrates, especially white bread, white rice, pastries, crackers, and processed breakfast cereals. Foods many seniors rely on because they're easy to chew, quick to prepare, and marketed as low-fat or heart-friendly. But here's what isn't talked about enough. Refined carbs rapidly convert to glucose in the bloodstream, causing repeated blood sugar spikes. And those spikes don't just affect diabetes risk. They directly impact muscle tissue and nerve signaling, especially in the lower body. Over time, high glucose levels damage small blood vessels that feed leg muscles, reducing oxygen delivery. They inflame nerves, leading to sensations of heaviness, tingling, or weakness, and they accelerate muscle protein breakdown, meaning your body loses muscle faster than it can rebuild it, even if you're eating what you think is enough protein. And this is why doctors now say leg weakness after 60 is often metabolic. Not just muscular. It's not that your legs are old. It's that they're being underfueled and overinflamed at the same time. What makes this even more concerning is that many seniors eat refined carbs multiple times a day without realizing it. Toast in the morning, a sandwich at lunch, crackers as a snack, pasta or white rice at dinner. And none of these meals feel excessive. Yet collectively they create a constant cycle of insulin spikes and inflammation that the aging body can't recover from as easily. And doctors are noticing that when seniors reduce these foods, even without intense exercise, leg strength, stability, and energy often begin to return within weeks, not years. Which is why this warning has become so urgent now. I want to be very clear. This isn't about fear, guilt, or extreme dieting. It's about awareness. Because once you understand the connection, you can make small, realistic adjustments that protect your legs instead of slowly weakening them. And the goal isn't to eliminate all carbohydrates. It's to stop relying on the refined ones that drain strength instead of supporting it, and replace them with options that muscles and nerves actually recognize as fuel, like whole grains, legumes, vegetables, and healthy fats that stabilize blood sugar instead of spiking it. Because stable blood sugar means stable energy, stable nerves, and stronger muscle contraction, especially in the thighs, calves, and hips. the areas most responsible for balance and walking. Another reason doctors are so concerned is that leg weakness is one of the earliest predictors of falls, and falls are one of the leading causes of loss of independence among American seniors. Yet very few people are told that diet plays a direct role in fall risk. They're told to exercise more or be careful. But if the muscles aren't receiving steady fuel and the nerves aren't firing correctly, no amount of caution fixes the root cause. And this is why changing what's on your plate can sometimes do more for your legs than another supplement or another pill. What's also interesting is that many seniors report their legs feel weakest in the morning or late afternoon, exactly when blood sugar crashes after a refined carb-heavy meal. That heavy, drained, shaky feeling isn't just fatigue. It's your muscles struggling to function efficiently. And once doctors explain this, people often have a light bulb moment, realizing the timeline fits perfectly with what they've been experiencing for years. Now here's where curiosity really matters, because there's one simple question that can tell you whether this food might already be affecting your legs. And that question is this: do your legs feel noticeably stronger, steadier, or lighter on days when you eat fewer breads, pastas, and processed grains, even if you didn't consciously plan it? Many people answer yes without hesitation, and that answer alone is powerful information because it means your body is already signaling what it needs. Doctors also warn that this issue is often misdiagnosed as normal aging, which delays action. Seniors are told weakness is inevitable. But when the underlying dietary trigger is removed, muscles often respond surprisingly fast, because muscle cells remain adaptable well into our 70s and 80s, when given the right environment. And that environment starts with what you eat daily, not what you do once a week. Now, before we wrap up, I want you to know this video is not about telling you what to give up. It's about showing you what you can regain: strength, confidence, stability, and the peace of mind that comes from understanding your own body instead of feeling betrayed by it. And if this message resonated with you even a little, I'd really like to hear from you. So take a moment and comment below. Have you noticed leg weakness after certain meals? Or have you already tried cutting back on refined carbs and felt a difference? Your comment might help another person realize they're not alone. And if you know a friend, spouse, or family member over 60 who complains about weak legs, balance issues, or feeling unsteady, please share this video with them, because this is the kind of information that can quietly change someone's life without costing $1. And finally, if you want more clear, honest explanations about health after 60, without scare tactics or complicated jargon, and it might be exactly what your body has been asking for all along,